The Federal Tribune Plaza, located in Minneapolis, Minnesota, was designed by landscape architect Martha Schwartz and completed in 1997. She was hired by the architecture firm who had completed the $91.5 million courthouse. The previous plaza was deemed uninviting and empty, but Schwartz recognized the importance of creating an identity for the surroundings. A series of teardrop-shaped mounds positioned at 30-degree angles created a natural movement towards the courthouse. The mounds were both stylistic and functional, as they created a barrier around the courthouse that prevents infiltration of unwanted vehicles. These mounds are planted with grass and native Minnesotan jack pines. Come winter, ideally the snow would fall, covering all but the lush green tops of the mounds. The green would be ever more enticing due to the dearth of green during the season. Logs cut into thirds serve as additional seating to the perforated metal benches. The log benches pay homage to Minnesota's logging industry history. She wanted to implement elements to reflect the environmental and historical facets of Minnesota. Ultimately, she was attempting to take advantage of the opportunity of the region. However, characteristics of this project made the wicked problem even more challenging. The plaza's 50,000 square foot area is located above an underground parking structure. Hence, there were many trials in design due to weight constraints and limitations of the depth of landscape fixtures. Also, it is important to consider the extreme seasons of Minnesota and the hot and cold that the landscape will be subjected to. Furthermore, the project had a relatively small budget of $346,000. Despite the efforts of Drumlin Park, another name given to the plaza based on the mounds that mimic glacial formations, the plaza was not received positively. The mounds, ranging in heights of 4 to 6 feet, compromise comfort because they cause visual obstruction to the visitor's surroundings. Also, although they were planted with grass to be of low maintenance, these inclined mounds proved difficult to manicure. And due to the inability to deeply root the jack pines, they quickly died. Overall, the project was considered degrading to the city for its uncharacteristic elements of nature in downtown Minneapolis. It was Martha Schwartz's attempts to implement distinctive and modern design that fell unfavorably upon the inhabitants of Minneapolis. Perhaps she ignored the common concerns of the general population, and this created dissent. The irony remains that although there has been many people who look distastefully upon the designs of the Federal Court Plaza, Martha Schwartz has won numerous awards from the landscape architecture community for this very same project. This raises the question of which is more important as a designer, to appease the wishes of the community in which you are building for, or to be a maverick, pushing the envelope and creating new standards.